Guess what, y'all? We are finishing up. Don't these last two recipes, don't they finish up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next two recipes, the next two videos we're doing is the last of the recipes that we served at our wedding reception because we're coming up on our 22nd wedding anniversary. So.
With any luck, we'll make it.
You reckon? We almost too old to move to make anything happen, ain't we? Ain't too tired to get mad.
I know.
So we did a video with the groom's cake, which his favorite cake is a banana nut cake. And it was so incredibly good.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it delicious?
Yes, beyond delicious.
I know it. I saw your eyes roll back in your head when you took your first bite. So, but on this video, we're making the bride's cake, which Molly Stone made our cakes. And Molly does great, great cakes. Everybody, when you taste it, that's a Molly Stone cake, and you know it. So, I've never asked Molly for her recipe. So I'm just gonna get there by extracts because this is actually my grandmother Paul's sour cream pound cake recipe. So, all righty, Michael, let's start. That's not real soft, but if you'd unwrap those two,
Put it in there?
so, but yeah, and whip them up.
All right.
Whip. While he's doing that, I'm cooking this in a tube pan and using my scissors. I set my pan down, went around the circle. So this is a tube pan. So how am I gonna get around that circle? Well, this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fold it again in half and one more time in half. And then I'm just gonna guess at how big my circle's gonna be. Because the main thing is, look at that. Look at that. Is that not perfect? Look at there. Wow, kabow. Pretty perfect, ain't it?
Pretty close.
All right.
You should whip this up?
Whip it. Whip it. Whip it good. Whip it good. Isn't that a song?
Yes.
Can you sing it?
No. Neither can you.
You got it right. All right. All right, now I'm gonna add our sugar. And if you'll just cream those two things together. Now I've got my all-purpose flour and I've got baking soda.
This reminds me of, we used to
What
make
does it
bread and butter
remind you of?
sandwiches, sugar and butter sandwiches.
Oh my gosh. I can't tell you how many of those I fixed for my boys.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so that's
Got to be good for you.
Oh yeah. Well, it filled a growl in the belly.
Oh.
All right, now I add, that's butter. I think we got enough butter. I add salt to my cake because I like a sweet and that little salty taste. So that was almost a teaspoonful. Okay, come on, you gotta beat it. Let it beat.
Oh.
You got to get it creamy.
Why do you say that?
I don't know why I didn't. I'm gonna alternate with the eggs. That's looking good, isn't it, Martha?
Not quite yet.
Not quite. I'm gonna transfer this to something with a spout. So I can get one at a time.
Why do you do that?
Well, the spout, well, it gives it a chance to cream. You see what I'm saying?
Not really.
Okie dokie. So now I'm gonna add some extracts. And this is, I think this is something that Molly did, but I don't recall Grandmama using this, but I think it's gonna be wonderful. That didn't look like much, did it?
Well, you spilled half of it.
I was gonna say I spilled some.
Spilled half of that.
A half a teaspoon of orange extract.
My Aunt Mary used to do almond. It was so good.
Well, guess what we're doing?
She did. She always baked pound cakes.
Mm-hmm.
She would wrap them up in saran wrap.
Uh-huh.
Put them in the freezer every time we came over.
She would slice it.
Slice it, yeah.
And put it in saran wrap. All right, in goes a teaspoon of almond extract.
Michelle makes a good cake too. Pound cake.
Yep, she does.
It's probably Aunt Mary's.
Yeah, probably is. So, let's add our flour alternately with our sour cream. And we're gonna start with our flour and end with our flour.
You know, one of my pet peeves at a wedding,
I know exactly.
when the bride and the groom swap, or cut the cake and they give each other a piece of cake. And for somebody come up with the tradition to rub cake in the face, which I think is so stupid because men and women, but mostly women, spend so much time and energy on getting their makeup and their hair done and their perfect dress. And
Yeah. Well, some people just think it's funny.
I don't.
I don't think it's funny either.
I don't know where that came from, but
I don't know. Somebody just did it one time and thought it was funny.
I don't think that's funny, especially with a beard, because it gets.
I know.
It's not like I will wash it off. I have to go take a shower.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. The last, what did we put in last? Sour cream?
Yes.
Okay. Flour. Scrape down peepaw. You know how Michael got his, it's funny how his children's children call him Papa. My children's children call him Peeps. Because, and I'll tell you how that happened. We were at a casino one night, and Michael was sitting at the card table, and he was really doing well. And this woman came up behind him, and she was getting so excited watching him. She said, "You go, Peepaw, you go, Peepaw." And from then on, I started calling him Peepaw, and the kids narrowed it down to Peeps. Oh, she was so funny. Okay, here we go. Might want to cut that down a little bit now. Hey, we're getting close. We're getting close.
When we first started having grandchildren, Paula wanted to call her grand lady. I said, "Great, time of day. They're not going to call you grand lady. Where did you come up with that one?" But she had a lady and son, so she wanted to be a grandma.
No, that didn't have anything to do with it. It was, I read a book when I was like 21 years old, and it was called A Woman of Substance. And the matriarch in the family called her Grandlady. And I just loved that name. But somehow...
Anyhow, I tried to get them to call her Big Mama.
I wish now that's what they call me. Isn't that funny?
But they tried to say Granny, and they couldn't come up with Granny, so they say it came out Guinea. So Paula became Guinea.
And I'm their guinea pig. Will always be their guinea pig.
And my son, his name is Anthony, and the kids couldn't say Anthony, they couldn't pronounce it. So it came out Aunt B. So believe it or not, he was Aunt B for a little while, and now he's Uncle B.
I still call him Aunt B every now and again.
Now he's Uncle B, or just B.
B. Okie dokie. This is the last.
Perfect.
Perfect. I gotta wash my hands. I got sticky stuff all over it. Oh.
I think I'll break this
sure,
down without being told.
I know it. Make sure you get those sides down good and then beat it.
Get the flour off of it.
Yes. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna come down here and get our pan. Because we have taken care of the bottom of our pan not sticking. But now I'm gonna these things, they're so hard for me to, it keeps sliding out of my hand. I can't tell if I miss right there. Okay, there you go. That's a penny, thank you.
Perfect.
Well, we're gonna put this in the oven and we're gonna bake it at 325. And usually hour, 15 minutes, hour 20, just depends on y'all's oven.
You know my favorite part of pound cake?
What?
This is a hard crust on the top. And let me tell you a story. Paula made his cake and it was beautiful. The crust was just beautiful. So before anybody sliced the cake, Jamie came and ate every bit of crust out of it. I couldn't believe it.
Pull the entire top off like that.
I know it. It still bothers me.
I know it because you mention it every time I make a pound cake. All right, so in the oven this goes. Now we're just gonna make a buttercream icing. All right, I'm just whipping that butter. I'm whipping it good. But I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna put about a teaspoon of almond extract in there. And then I'm gonna follow the cake, the cake profile, and I'm gonna put a little orange extract in that too, just like in the cake. That's the almond, isn't it? Now here's the orange. Here's the orange. So I'll do about a half a teaspoon of the orange. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm gonna turn this back on and let it whip some more, because this is a butter cream. We got the butter and now we're beating it till it's like a cream state. So I've got right at 2 sticks of butter that I'm whipping. I've got 3 cups of confectionate sugar, a half a teaspoon of orange extract, a teaspoon of almond extract, and you think I ought to put a little vanilla in it too? Why not? because on my pound cakes, I usually use 1 teaspoon of vanilla and about 1.5 teaspoons of almond. So, a little vanilla extract don't never hurt nothing. Oh, it smells so good and tastes so bad. Whoa. What's up? Oh my goodness. I think, Eddie, I think we got a little problem here. It done sprung a stem. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this rather quickly now. It's been beaten a good while, so I'm gonna add our powdered sugar. So we're gonna have to order that attachment, because it's hard to make anything without that piece. There we go. There we go. These are so much easier to frost in layers.
Well, this cake's not as healthy as the banana nut cake and the orange cake,
That's right.
or the apple
Because we had
fritters, because there's fruits in there.
That's right. That's right.
That's how I get my fruit. And carrot cake, so I can get my vegetables.
That's right. I'm with you.
My favorite way to get vegetables.
I'm gonna make a prune cake one day.
That don't sound good.
Well, it is. It's delicious. And that'll be for me, because I need the prunes. But I don't think there's effective eating them that way. You know. Okay. I'm gonna bring this over here closer to us. What do you think, Michael?
Let me taste it first.
You think? Just feel of the cake. It's still pretty warm.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Perfect for what?
Let's ice it.
I have a feeling I'm gonna have melted icing.
No.
Although it's nice and stiff. Look at that. Because we done beat the smithereen out of it. So I'm gonna spread it and see how it reacts.
All right.
I think we rubbed Michael Grover.
Well,
Oh, I just heard a huge swallow from you. All right.
I think it'd be perfect.
Well, you really need to let it get completely.
I used to love it when my mother's cake would drop.
Uh-huh.
We'd get to eat the whole.
Gosh, an ugly cake tastes so good.
Yeah. She don't want to serve it to anybody else, so we eat it all.
Uh-oh. I didn't get it on this straight, but I don't think that matters. Does it? Wait, now this is yours.
Oh, I thought this was mine.
That's yours. Oh, we're gonna do a remake of our wedding first.
Boy, I got the best piece for you.
Uh-huh.
Hey, how about mine?
I'll get my own.
Dad.
I don't trust you.
I'm not going to do that. I really don't.
That was so good.
That about mine.
Darn, what a tongue you got.
Delicious.
Does it get any better?
Would you do it all over again?
Ice's cake, I sure would. Is that what you're asking?
No.
I reckon. How about you?
I'd probably get a prenuptial. That way I could retire and not have to go to work.
There's a reason he's got brown eyes, y'all. Wait till the cake completely cools, y'all. Well, come on, get that. That is a wonderful pound cake, isn't it?
It is.
And it's still warm.
That's why I say go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Well, happy anniversary. This is our last recipe.
Happy anniversary.
So what was your favorite out of everything that we...
Well, gosh, that's a hard question because I love cakes, but the shrimp and grits problem.
The shrimp and grits were your favorite?
Oh, yeah. But that's still a tough question.
Yeah. Oh, sir, I think that was the best shrimp and grits I've ever tasted. It was so good. But
I did it, Jamie. I ate the top.
thank y'all for walking down memory lane with us. And, you know, our wedding was actually on my show, Food Network channel. So you can go back if you'd like to come to our wedding. It was a 1-hour special, and we had so much fun. And you ain't seen nothing till you see my 2 boys and their bridesmaids' dresses.
I know it.
So come in and walk down the memory lane with us.
Paula asked me, she said, we agreed that we'd have a kind of a small wedding because it was both our second marriages. And so just family and close friends. And it turned out to be on national TV.
But we got married at
Bethesda.
in the chapel. And the chapel doesn't hold but about 75 people. So we had 75 family and close friends at the wedding and 500 for the reception. It worked out great.
That was a good wedding. I love that little chapel.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Perfect. It was perfect. So, like I said, y'all look it up and go on to my YouTube channel, hit Paula Deen and hit subscribe, and it'll open the door to everything. Everything. I want some more cakes. Love and best dishes, y'all. Hey, y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.